All right, here we have Brenton House. He is the head of developer relations here at Axway. Hey, Brenton, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Todd. How are you?
Good, good. I am super impressed about what you and your team have come up with here. The
Hey,
Griffin app.
we're super excited about being able to do it. It's been great.
I'm really excited to dive in a little bit more. You're going to give me a tour. We'll walk through this app that you guys have come up with, and I'm excited to learn more about it. So I know that here at Axway we have about, I think, over 2,000 employees and nearly 30 offices, and let me check here, 17 countries. So that's a lot of people to keep track of. Can this app handle all that?
It is very flexible. It works with different regions. As you know, like returning the office it's complicated. It's complicated and complex issues because you have regional requirements that might be per country, but it also could be per state. If you're in the United States, say one state might have different restrictions than another state. So you might have one office. If you have multiple offices across even one country, you could have potentially different policies, and you might want to implement people safely returning to the office differently.
Yeah, so the app has to be flexible no matter what country or location they're in, right?
Absolutely, yes, it does.
Well, let's dive in. Show me how it works.
What we did is we used the Amplify platform to create an API and a mobile app, and then integrate that also with other parts of our Amplify platform together. So
All right.
if you look at this app that you can see here is already started, but it's going to prompt you then to be able to say select which office you're in.
So I log in as an employee, and then right there at the top, I can choose which office I'm near, or the office that I want to use, right?
Right. And for this demo, I've selected Atlanta office, but like I said, you could choose from any of your offices. Part of what is important for both the employee and the employer is knowing what the regional requirements are for that area and that office. So here you can see upcoming for this office, we've set a limit of 2. So that means that for this upcoming time, a maximum of 2 people can be in the office at any one time. Say you have multiple offices in one city, or you're going to visit another office in another part of the country or another country, you can still use the same app, and you can change your office. So say
Great.
Atlanta is my home office, and that's where I usually am, but I want to select Phoenix because I'm going to be visiting the Phoenix office. So I could select the Phoenix office, and now everything in the app is based on that Phoenix office. And that way, if you need to, you can find out if you need to be in the office on a certain day. Hey, how many people are going to be in the office that day? So that's convenient, but you can also have you can control it by, say, weeks. So you could say, you know what, for the same office, how we did it for actually at some offices is we have, hey, for some weeks, half the company, half the team can come in on those weeks. And so, hey, if I want to come in this week, it's closed for me. But if you're in, say, Team B, the other team, it's open for you. So that way, it's a nice, easy way of being able to schedule. You can see every other week, I can schedule myself to come in the office for that.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, as you mentioned before, there are different building regulations. Sometimes the screening questions for being able to go into an office building. I mean, that's very local, and so it sounds like you can customize quite a bit just right there on the office level.
You see, I have this administer the office. I'm just going to show you this here real quick while we're here. Normally,
Sure.
you wouldn't see that, but as an administrator will. So if you need to go and say I need to go look at this particular office. So I can see what my capacities are set for. So for this particular office, you can see I set a limit of 0 for this particular week, and then I went up to 39. So every other week I happen to set it. But if I want to change something, I could change this from, say, hey, in this week 0, we really need to allow 5 people in the office, or we need to do something. I could change that, and then the 5 people that are assigned to that office then could come into the office. So,
Oh, interesting. So an HR or building manager could go in there and change the limits depending on, what they needed or had to do, right?
absolutely, and you can do it based on, you could say, we're going to allow a regional person to be able to control this because they're very familiar with the HR and the government
Right.
regulations and other things that need to be in place in order to safely have people return to the office. So I'm going to change back to the Atlanta office here just to be able to demo it. So in the current office, you can see in that list of offices, you can see what the max capacity is. We just
Yeah.
happen to sort by max capacity because then it just, people kind of knew the bigger offices from the
Mhm.
smaller ones. But you could,
Yeah, I can tell some are larger in capacity, some are smaller.
so if we go back to here, say I want to go into the Atlanta office, and I want to find, I need to go in and I need to work with you. So I need to find a day that Todd's in the office. So I can see here that someone's in the office on some of these days, and I click on
Hmm.
the 12th. I happen to know you're in the office. You schedule yourself for the
That's
office
right.
on the 12th.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, yeah. So I'm like, I need to schedule myself for this day because it's important that you and I, for something we're working on, we need to be in person together in the office. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule
Okay.
myself for that day. And then what we do with the app is we have privacy first. So I could see your name on there and it said Todd was going to be in the office. But by default, that's not the case. So when I schedule myself for the to come into the office, by default, it's just going to say anonymous employee. And
Hmm.
now I can go in there. So you can see here, it says anonymous employee and Todd are going to be in the
Ah,
office. That's because we don't want to share names unless that person chooses to do so. Well, I say, well, I choose to do so. I want to, here, if I go into settings, I can say schedule visible to peers.
all right. Yeah, because in some instances you may just want to peek into the office, or you just want to get in there really quick. Where other times maybe you want to confirm with others that you're actually there.
Yep. And again, that a lot of that has to do too. You might have different policies across different countries as well as far as privacy goes. So
Okay.
if I go back to schedule here and I go back here, you can see the 12th now is at 100% capacity. So if I were someone else coming in to schedule for this day, I wouldn't be able to schedule myself for this day because it's
Ah,
full now. But you notice now instead of anonymous employee, it says Brenton House.
yeah.
So
Shows you and I. That's neat, and then it shows us at capacity because for this scenario, there's only 2 people allowed. Got it.
So there's another way that you can schedule yourself for the office as well. You can click edit your schedule. And this way happens to give you a calendar view that will come up, and it allows you to see kind of at a glance what days are available, what days are blocked, and what days you've already selected. So you can see
Oh, neat.
uh, like up ahead, you can see the green checks are the ones that I'm already scheduled for. And
Yeah.
if uh, if a particular day had been, say, there was 2 people already in the office, then you'd see a red block there. So I would know, hey, I can't schedule myself for that day. So it's just
Oh,
another
that's
way to be
great.
able to see um, what's available,
Yeah, it's a very personalized way to go about scheduling yourself. I mean, that's a lot of peace of mind to be able to plan ahead.
especially if you already know what days you're going to be going in. You can
Yeah.
book several days. You can just sit there and click all the days that you know you're going to need to go in the office, and you don't have to go to each single day and select it.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So, tell me what else can be done.
So there's some other features that you might not see in here. We have
Hmm.
the ability when we open source the code for this app and we put it out on GitHub, is we gave you the ability to change your colors and themes and everything to be what you want for this app. So for this particular Axway app, we chose red, and that's our brand color. So
Exactly. Yeah.
we use that, and we have it throughout, and we have um, things like secondary colors and primary colors and different things that you can set in there to make sure that it fit our brand. Well, if you
Awesome.
take the code and you want to implement it for your company, all you have to do is go in there, change your logo, change your primary colors and secondary colors, other things that might have to do with that theme, And all of a sudden, this app will look totally different because now it'll be branded for your company instead of ours. So we just put that in there because we thought it'd be nice for people to make it your own.
Having the ability to customize, I think that's an essential thing here. I think it's great that you guys built that in.
It is, and this happens to be on iOS that you're seeing this here, but with using our Amplify tools and Amplify Titanium, we built this app once, and it runs and works natively on both iOS and Android. So no matter if we have a team member that has iOS device or Android device, they're going to get the same experience, and it's going to be a native experience. So it's very quick and very responsive. So, and this app does then talk to our Amplify APIs, which we also provide the source code for the APIs. So if you want to implement your APIs and get going with that as well, you can do that.
What about like if a company wanted to implement their own SSO? Would they be able to do that?
They can. So we allowed you to be able to swap out single sign-on for whatever provider that you want to. We happen to have it set up for ours, but you could set it up and change it.
So tell me how, if I were at a different company and I was interested in using this, what would I need to do?
So we just recently put out the source code as well as instructions on how to implement both the mobile app and the APIs. And what you could do is to get started easily is just, if you don't already have an Axway platform account, is just go create a platform account, and you could get going and get started and start hosting your APIs, get your mobile app up and running. There's instructions and everything there. And we have a great communities out there for people that have questions about using the Amplify products. And not only that, but we have Axway people as well that are quick to respond to any questions you might have for getting started.
Well, that's great. So, I mean, implementing something like this, though, I'm guessing it probably took you guys a long time to build it. It's probably going to take other people a really long time. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, it took years. No, it was really quick. That is one of the benefits of being able to use the Amplify platform and build the integrations there. I mean, in just a matter of weeks, we were able to build up a native app for iOS and Android, as well as the APIs, and just get everything up and running quickly, because there was a need at our company, and the need doesn't go away, and it's very timely, and we needed a solution. So it only made sense that we should use our Amplify product, and it was just great. It worked out just like we thought, and we were able to get it in the hands of all the Axway employees very quickly.
Oh, that's so great. And I think other companies are going to be running into the same issue where they want to do something quickly, that's timely, and get it into the hands of their employees. Hey, Brenton, thank you once again for guiding me through how this app works. I love that it's out there. The source code is out there on GitHub, ready to go for companies to use and leverage on their own. So thanks again for your time today, Brenton. And again, your team has done a wonderful job. For all those who are watching this episode of Hey Axway, thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for our next episode coming out soon. Feel free to click the links here to subscribe or to follow our next episode. Take care.